Many moons ago, I read in a magazine something which I haven't forgotten. The magazine was interviewing a scientist. They were talking about the expansion and contraction of the universe. The interviewer said, "So, it's just like breathing?" The scientist said, "Absolutely." As you can see, I never forgot this. This is around 1972. I have been fascinated by the power of breath most of my life. Before I started to learn how to meditate, I knew there was an incredible experience inside. I knew there was a power behind my breath, keeping me alive. Yet I didn't know how to sync with it. It was a total mystery. Most of us just breathe unconsciously. We never think about it or pay attention to it. Unfortunately, we don't experience the direct source inside of us. Whenever I tell people that the most simple technique in meditation is the following: just watch your breath go up and down. Follow your breath. At this point in time, you can see their eyes roll up. Yeah, don't feed me that crap. That's too simple. Yet, it is simple. The truth is so simple and obvious that we overlook it. We expect some complicated technique or only a powerful guru can give it to you. Yet, the truth is simple. The Buddhists have a doctrine called crystal clear. This book was introduced to the West only decades ago. They released this secret doctrine because they knew, unfortunately, Westerners wouldn't believe it. It was all about the breath. Why is it in the East they have studied the breath for thousands of years? They have mapped out the various stages of enlightenment through the breath. Yet in the West, we just roll our eyes. Doesn't that make you ponder for a moment? Have you ever stopped for a moment and pondered what is keeping you alive? Imagine when you are born and you take your first breath, you become alive. Now imagine when you take your last breath, you die. What exactly left your body? Your body is dead. Some incredible life force left your body. Now imagine that day by day, you focus on your breath. In the beginning, it takes time and effort. You meditate on the source. Over time, you begin to realize that the source meditates on you. What once took hours to connect to, now, when you close your eyes, the experience is there. Words cannot describe this experience. Christ said, "The kingdom of heaven lies within." Only you can take this advice. Only you can solve this mystery. The entire universe exists inside of you. You just don't know it.
Fixity. The definition of fixity is as follows: the state of being unchanging or permanent. When I was young, I would laugh at someone who would concentrate on a candle. Yet today, I have a different story. When one concentrates the mind on a flickering candle, one is training the mind. In fact, indigenous people have been looking at fire for thousands of years. When one fixes the mind on fire, eventually one has a transcendent experience. Fire is a key element in life. Many different cultures meditate on a candle. It's like using training wheels, much like modern-day scientific apparatus used today. They get the snowball rolling down the hill. Once it starts to gather momentum, you no longer need the training wheels. All tools are needed in the self-discovery process. What works for one doesn't work for another. You may have the greatest techniques known to man, yet it may work only for you and not for others. There are many different kinds of fruits on the tree of life. The main thing is to eat the fruit and transform. If you only talk about the fruit, wisdom is not gained. Only by eating the fruit does one gather wisdom. Cultures around the world have discovered different kinds of fruit. Remember, the quantum field has unlimited possibilities. Don't get stuck that your way is the only way. Each person has unique hardware and software installed.
When I worked for the observatory in Maui, we had to recalibrate many instruments in order for them to work properly. Does man get recalibrated and isn't aware of it? Is this a new recalibration of man? Is the entire universe watching in suspense? Will there be peace on earth? Is the earth recalibrating for man, discovering his true nature? The journey of life is going on. The rules have changed. The old energy of war is going away. People are fed up. Watch the recalibration of man. We will bring peace to this planet.
Dhyana, meditation. Dhyana, Sanskrit, literally means contemplation, reflection, and profound abstract meditation. Dhyana is contemplating, reflecting on whatever dharana has focused on. If in the sixth limb of yoga, one focus on a personal deity, dhyana is its contemplation. If the concentration was on one object, dhyana is non-judgmental, non-presumptuous observation of that object. If the focus was on concept ideas, dhyana is contemplating that concept idea in all its aspects, forms, and consequences. Dhyana is an uninterrupted train of thought, current of cognition, flow of awareness. Dhyana is integrated, related to dhyana. One leads to another. Dhyana is a state of mind. Dhyana, the process of mind. Dhyana is distinct from dhyana in that the meditator is actively engaged with its focus. Patanjali defines concentration, dhyana, as the mind process, where the mind is fixed on something. And then there's a course of uniform modification of knowledge. Adi Shankara, in his commentary on Yoga Sutras, distinguishes Dhyana from Dahana by explaining dhyana as a yoga state where there is only the stream of continuous thought about the object, uninterrupted by other thoughts or different kinds for the same object. Dhyana states Shankara is focused on one object, but aware of its many aspects and ideas about the same object. Shankara is an example of a yogi in a state of dhyana on morning sun, may be aware of its brilliance, colors, and orbit. The yogi in dhyana state contemplates on sun's orbits alone, for example, without being interrupted by its color, brilliance, or other related ideas. Above is the formal definition of meditation. I once had a great teacher who said, meditation is perfect concentration upon a perfect point. How elegantly said. There are thousands of meditation techniques out there. I always thought there was a super duper technique that if you discovered one would be enlightened by using it. To be honest, it doesn't exist. Your love for meditation will carry you on this journey. Your determination and power will carry you on this journey. Your moment to moment, day by day, year by year, conscious practice will carry you on this journey. When you stop meditating for yourself and meditate for the oneness of humanity, one becomes a mature meditator. We are going from the consciousness and awareness of me to we. For thousands of years, the separation of the me has been the downfall of man. We no longer live in harmony with nature and God. Many people are obsessed with their own enlightenment that they can't see the forest from the trees. We are all in the same boat sailing home together. Meditation brings the awareness that we are all one. Meditation is not a chore like brushing your teeth. If you have that attitude, your experience of life and meditation will be mundane. You will get bored and maybe eventually give up. You are the universe. You just don't know it. This sums up the meditation experience. You have the hardware and software inside of you. Don't get limitations and concepts about what society says. They will say this is a figure of your imagination. Read my Heart of Gold chapters or listen to the audio. You will see for thousands of years, mankind has been spoken about the same thing. They may use different languages, yet the essence is the same. Every moment, love the breath that is keeping you alive. Be conscious and aware of the power behind your breath. That is the main key in life.
Greetings. Welcome. Today let's increase our meditation to around 10 minutes. You can do this. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Watch your breath go up and down, up and down. Just let your thoughts come and go. Just follow your breath. Watch your breath. Just relax into this experience. Slowly open your eyes. How does that feel? Remember to try to watch your breath in your day-to-day moments. You are on a path of self-discovery. Greetings. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about a mantra called Anima. Anima is a vibration that exists in this world and the multidimensional world. It is the smallest of the small. Supposedly a yogi, when mastering this thing, can shrink himself to the point of being as small as an atom. This is a very powerful mantra, even without acquiring this ability. Just the ability to tap into the multidimensional world is good enough for me. To start, close your eyes. Place your attention on your third eye. Mentally repeat Anima, just like this. Anima, Anima, Anima. When thoughts come, just let them go. Bring your awareness to Anima. This technique is super simple. Now let's practice this together. Close your eyes. Focus on your third eye. Mentally repeat Anima, 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 Anima. Where would I be without meditation? I really don't want to know. Imagine the entire universe is alive. I would never know that. Imagine never truly knowing you are never alone. When I close my eyes, the light of God would be there, yet I wouldn't see it. I would see only darkness. I would take this precious breath for granted. I would never experience that the Word of God is keeping me alive. Behind each breath, the love of God exists. I would be focusing on my cell phone or on Facebook and be oblivious to God. I would never know that God is my friend and coach. He is on the sidelines watching the game. He will never play for us, but is present, permeates the game. He will never get angry or yell at us. I would never know that if I didn't meditate. Prayer is when you talk to God. Meditation is when God talks to you without any words. I can't imagine how painful that would be to the soul. In each and every action, we are looking for God. Meditation allows us to experience the God within. Before I started to meditate, I felt lost. I didn't know how to find myself. I knew the door existed within, yet I didn't know how to open the door. Fortunately, in this present day, you can open up your door within. Just use your intent and open the door within. Concentrate on your breath. This is the key. Moment by moment, place your mind on your breath. Whatever action you are doing, place your mind on your breath. When you have free time, close your eyes and follow your breath. This is the keys to the kingdom of heaven. All the major meditation traditions say the same. Behind your breath lies the entire universe. You are the sun, moon, and stars. You just don't know it.
I once had a grand teacher who said, meditation is perfect concentration upon a perfect point. How elegantly said. Imagine the mind is like a tuning fork. Whatever it touches, it vibrates at that frequency. Have you ever felt that material happiness is finite? Imagine the car you've always dreamed of, a yellow Ferrari. In the beginning, it brings you so much joy. You take all your friends around the block for a spin. Day and night, you are satisfied. One day, you notice that a little dissatisfaction has entered your door. Day by day, your yellow Ferrari becomes a hassle. How many times to the shop? I need an oil change. My brakes need changing. The transmission just went out. Everything material wears out. Material happiness will soon lead to pain. Does this mean we can't enjoy the comforts of life? Do we have to live a life of a hermit? how can we live in this world and live in absolute joy? Meditation brings the individual to the center of the hurricane. The winds of change are blowing, yet perfect calm resides inside. This is your true state. Absolute joy, total bliss. Your mind is vibrating with the word of life.
Carry your meditation into your daily life, day by day, year by year. Each and every time you meditate, allow the experience to flow into your daily activities. Meditation isn't only when you sit down. Meditation over time brings you to a point where it is constant. In the beginning, you try to meditate on the source within. Over time, the source begins to meditate on you. No words can describe how beautiful this is. You are not alone. Something is keeping you alive. We have been magnetized in love. This is our true nature.
In the beginning was the Word, before time and space, before creation, before the void, primordial energy, a primordial Word. This Word cannot be spoken. This Word is, was, and will always be. This Word was God, and this Word is God. All scriptures talk about the Word, yet it is beyond the scriptures. All religions talk about the Word, yet it is beyond religion. Science talk about the Word, but it is beyond science. This Word exists inside of you. What is keeping you alive? When you know this, you will know the answer to this puzzle. Have you ever wondered about the common denominator of all religions? Is there a thread which ties them together? and will always be. Some people call it God, generator, operator, and destroyers. The Hindus might say Rama, Vishnu, and Shiva. For the Buddhists, it's Nirvana. For the modern scientist, it's energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Positive, negative, and neutral energy. Is there a common theme? All religions talk about light. If thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. In the Gita, Krishna reveals the light more brilliant than a billion suns. Is that metaphorically speaking? What happens when we split open an atom? The Buddhist has scriptures that talk about a great light upon death. Every religion known to man talks about a light. Every religion talks about the Word of God. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Latin translation of Word was Logos. Logos means power. In the beginning was an infinite power. This power was with God, and this power was God. Maybe they were talking about the same thing. Is science and religion both talking about the same thing? This word, according to religions, cannot be spoken. According to the Tao beliefs, the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. Is there a primordial word or energy that is, was, or will always be? Could this word exist everywhere, beyond time, beyond space, universe, one, verso, word, one word? Could there be a universal frequency that exists everywhere? Before creation, before the war, before anything we can dream of, is there a way to connect ourselves to that experience? What would happen? The Hindus have a saying, Sat Chit Anand. Truth is the consciousness of bliss. When the mind is absorbed in truth, the consciousness is in bliss. Truth is, was, and will always be. If the Word of God can't be spoken and is, was, and always, aren't they talking about the same experience? Christ said the kingdom of heaven religions were talking about the same experience. Since the advent of the nuclear age, man has discovered that everything has a frequency. We are not just matter. Energy vibrates at a frequency. It creates sound. Could it be that all religions are trying to find the sound of God through their chants, mantras, and prayers? Could these sounds act like a tuning fork which can transform man? What would happen to man if he could vibrate at an infinite frequency? The Buddhists call this nirvana, or being enlightened. The Hindus call this samadhi, or liberation. The Christians call this salvation. All religions talk about this as music, music of the spheres, inner music. Does this music exist inside? So far, we have an infinite energy which exists everywhere. This energy is both light and sound. Science knows that both energy and mass are the same thing. Is there a pure mass which is contained in the whole universe? Is there something that contains inside of you and me? All religions talk about this in abstract ways. Christ talk about manna and the honey of life. The Hindus talked about nectar. Kabir, a famous poet, talks about how one drop of this nectar can make a man totally intoxicated. All wisdom and knowledge exists inside of this nectar. By the grace of God, I have the entire Ganges River flowing inside of me. These experiences are built into the human body. We just need to flip the switch. God is one. Everything goes back to the source. Let's all go back home and transform this world.
Samadhi. Samadhi, Sanskrit, literally means putting together, joining, combining with, union, harmonious, whole, trance. Samadhi is oneness with the subject of meditation. There is no distinction. During the 8th limb of yoga, between the act of meditation, the act of meditation, and the subject of meditation. Samadhi is that spiritual state when one's mind is so absorbed in whether it is contemplating or not that the mind loses the sense of its own identity. The thinker, the thought process, and the thought fuse with the subject of thought. There is only oneness, samadhi. There are many benchmarks that yogis have come up with on this journey of life. Don't get caught up in them. Remember, this is not a competition. This is not a race. Be like the Tao. The Tao is meek, simple, and humble, yet is the power behind all life. You may meditate for 1 trillion years, yet you have just taken your first step. Every step is brand new. You will never know how far you have gone. Common benchmarks are probably, are you kind in each and every moment? Does your mind still get bitten by mosquitoes of unharmonious thoughts? Are you living in me or we consciousness? Are you conscious and aware of each moment of the power that is keeping you alive? Can you smile at any obstacle? Does politics affect your state of mind? Are you trying to fit into society? Can you walk into the shoes of others and have compassion? Do you still want to prove your point? Can you truly listen without thinking, what am I going to say next? These are practical benchmarks you may have in an incredible experience. Yet how you treat others and life itself is the true benchmark of life. Personally, one who brags about his experience goes down a couple of rungs on the ladder of life. That is not to say you can never talk about your experience. If it will help inspire someone, that's a good thing. For example, Ramanam's poem of the palace in the sky. I heard that in India 48 years ago, and the bell of wisdom is still ringing in my ears. Words can't describe how it affected me back then and today.
January 4th, 2020. Tricks of the trade. A person who loves video games puts his whole mind, body, and soul playing the game. He is totally concentrated on playing the game. You could say he has extended awareness. In this video game of life, we need to play this game with the same extended awareness. We must live in the present moment. A wise man focuses on the power behind the breath, moment by moment. Mind you, it could take your entire life to master this. Note that just 1 second of doing this could help you throughout the day. Behind your breath lies the universe. The same force that is keeping you alive is the same force keeping the universe alive. Just like a video game, one must monitor one's thoughts, emotions, and actions. When we have negative thoughts and emotions, we are living our life in the past. We are living our lives in a reactive mode. Literally, we are drinking our own poison. Buddha was absolutely correct when he said this over 2,500 years ago. The modern day scientist has had hundreds of experiments proving this. Modern day man lives in constant stress. Stress is responsible for all diseases. The disease occurs when the mind and body are not at ease. I believe that common sense is uncommon. We don't see the thread of love tying us all together. Consequently, We are divided in so many ways. Just look at our politics today. Both sides are angry and don't know how to compromise. True wisdom comes from the quantum field. As I said hundreds of times before, signposts are all around, yet the majority of humanity is oblivious to them. Meditation is the key to open the door within. Personally, I think whatever meditation you use will work for you. The goal is to close your eyes and go within. By closing your eyes, you're shutting down your analytical brain. Your awareness is going from the external to the internal. When one learns how to do this, one begins to see how powerful this is. One begins to train himself to live in the center of the hurricane. Most of humanity lives in the swirling winds of the mind. We are like leaves blowing in the wind. This path is extremely practical. You might say it's not even a path. The quantum field exists beyond time and space. It's a paradox. It exists everywhere, yet it is hidden from us. This is why I call it a video game. One goes from darkness to light. At each level, we learn and grow along the way. If our subconscious is responsible for 95% of our actions, and only 5% is conscious, that's a grim picture. No wonder we constantly live in the past. We're playing the same tapes over and over again. Yet we go on wearing blinders and thinking everything is alright. My advice is learn how to reprogram your subconscious. In the last 25 years, numerous tools have been provided to assist in this manner. Do some research. One piece of advice is to learn about how to focus on the energy centers within. As I said, we are hardwired and have the software to discover our true nature. To be honest, we are oblivious of these energy centers. When one begins to focus on them, all sorts of incredible things start to happen. The entire human body and mind is an expression of these energy centers. You wouldn't be alive today if these energy centers shut down. In fact, when these energy centers shut down, death is only a breath away. We were born to have a direct connection to the universe. Does that excite you, or is this some boring topic? Nobody is trying to twist your arms. Only you can discover the jewel within you. February 1st, 2020. The wondrous human body. Did you know that we are all master chemists? Just think. We have our thoughts and emotions. We create our current state of awareness. Most of the time, we play the same tapes over and over again. Yet, we are oblivious to that fact. We only see around 1% of a light spectrum. Can you imagine? The ancient ones have talked about the chakra systems for thousands of years. Recently, in the last 20 years or so, many new scientific devices have been invented where we can see these energetic fields. Did you know that your chakras display signs of disease before they manifest in the human body? I find that quite interesting. The more you pay attention to something, the more it pays attention to you. For the past few months, I've been paying attention to my chakras. There's not one function in the human body that is not affected by the chakra system. By scanning and paying attention, one develops over time a communication system between the mind, body, and soul. It's beyond words, but intuition might be the correct word. Quite frankly, intuition was never taught in schools. I find it one of the keys to my life. My brother John posted this on Facebook recently. Mind you, this is not his quote. If you don't pick a day to relax your body will pick it for you. How true that is. I've been fortunate that I have, since I was young, I listened to my body. For example, yesterday, I felt I was coming down with a major cold. My body was giving me signals. So I went to bed 3 hours earlier. I woke up just fine. The body speaks to us, yet we are oblivious. We pay so much attention to performing external actions that we never realize that we are human beings. I emphasize beings. This is my main theme in almost everything I write. We are missing out on so much what life has to offer. We live our lives in such a mundane existence. The entire universe lies inside of you. What can be grander than that? Fine-tune your radio station. You're listening to an old station. This station is reinforcing all your bad habits. There's a signal from God and the universe that is playing. Listen to KGOD. This signal is broadcasted from within. It is clear and constant. You just have to tune your mind to this signal. In each and every breath you take, fine-tune your inner radio to this signal. All the great masters have said that the kingdom of heaven lies within. This is probably the most practical thing you can do for yourself. What is keeping you alive? The more you concentrate on this signal, the more powerful and clear it will be. This is your true nature. This signal is like a magnet. It draws kindness, love, and compassion to you. It's like taking a shower of love. This love fills your entire being and slowly washes away all the negativity. This radio station is live. It has been broadcasting for eternity. When you are driving and talking on your cell phone, you aren't paying attention to life. What is so important? What is so important externally that you have forgotten your true nature? Why do you insist that the external world is the only world? For now, you might say, because that's all there is. Well, someday you will die, and it will totally disappear in an instant. This radio station will make you laugh at life. It will bring you to a place where anger and hate will not govern you. Kindness and compassion will be there. I'm not saying you won't ever get angry again. I'm saying that with conscious effort, you can use water to put out the anger in your life. Your mind is looking externally to fix your inner world. Mankind has been running in circles for thousands of years. Look at the political landscape in America today. Anger and chaos rules the land. Fine-tune your radio station. You are a piece of the puzzle. Your body is your drugstore. I love my grandmother Josie. As a kid, she'd always tell my brother John and I that God loves you. We'd always giggle in delight. Even when we got older, we'd always giggle when she said this, usually whenever we saw her. Her mother knew Mary Baker Eddy, the founder of Christian Scientists. I learned at a young age many of them didn't go to doctors. They believed that only God heals. Yes, that is quite controversial, even for today's standards. To be honest, I didn't study Christian Science, yet somehow I hooked into some of these principles. For example, when I was young, I believed in preventive medicine at around 10 years old. My thought process was this is the only body you get, so you better take care of it. Where did I get this thinking at such a young age? During this time, my dad gave my brother and I a series of yoga postures. I remember it was in a brown folder with a string attached. He drew each yoga postures. We did these for years. He said that he learned these from his Air Force days. I discovered later that these were classical yoga postures. Right before he died, he told me that these postures came from a yoga teacher. In the early 60s, he went to USC and found a yoga teacher. To be honest, I wish back then my dad told me the truth. I would have been more amazed with the fact that these exercises came from a yogic path. I was searching for this in my life at 10 years old. Anyway, that was water under the bridge. In high school, we had a series of classes we could take, and one was a yoga class. Well, from that moment on, I was hooked. I got totally involved in the world of meditation at 18 years old. Let's fast forward to the mid-70s. My dear friend Joe Lopez told me about Science of Mind developed by Ernest Holmes. I was fascinated by it, but I still didn't have the emotional development to understand this. I barely understood the theory. Both Christian Science and Science of Mind were on the same wavelength. It's more than halfway through 2019. From 1971 to the present, I've been to the doctor only a few times. When I got the job as a software engineer for the Miami Beach Police Department in 1982, I had to get a checkup. The doctor told me, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up." Why am I writing this? I've been meditating for 48 years. Yet, in the last few years, I have finally connected the dots between Christian Science, Science of Mind, and modern-day science. Okay, here goes my understanding. Science has discovered that each thought that you think has a corresponding series of chemicals that get secreted to the body. Our Western society is living in extreme stress conditions. Imagine a negative thought that makes you angry. Over 1,500 stress chemicals are released into your body. Buddha called it drinking your own poison. To be honest, I wasn't truly aware of the consequences. It didn't truly sink in until I did research on the matter. Yet get this, 95% of our actions are governed by our subconscious mind. We are basically playing the same tapes over and over again. Our bodies are constantly being flooded with stress hormones. Not only is that, but our heart is not in harmony with the mind. They are fighting with one another. This is called heart incoherence. When the heart waves are in disharmony, the telomeres in our cells get shorter. When the cells divide, they do an exact copy. Over a period of time, they get shorter and shorter. When they no longer exist, death is slowly approaching. Your cells don't carry the proper information anymore. Yet get this, one can learn to have heart coherence. The human body can regrow the lengths of the telomeres. Think that one over. If you can increase the size of the telomeres, then how long can you live? That is a good question. So, what can we get with this present-day knowledge? Your body is your drugstore. You're constantly taking drugs, whether you know it or not. Your thoughts that you think lead you to disease or a healthy body. We never learned this in school. Did you know that all diseases are caused by our thoughts? Did you know that you can reprogram your thoughts? You have the capability, just like a computer programmer, to reprogram your thoughts. You can monitor your thoughts in each and every moment. Granted, it takes time and effort, yet in the end, the outcome is nothing but miraculous. Just ask the students from Joe Dispenza's seminars. They have healed themselves of all sorts of deadly disease. We were never taught this in school. It wasn't until 5 years ago that this information was leaked. When I came back from India in the early 70s, I went to see our family doctor. My mom wanted me to go for a checkup. I told him I was a vegetarian. As he was smoking his cigar, he told me that I was going to die within 1 year because I was a vegetarian. I told him that there are around 1 billion vegetarians in India. India has been vegetarian for over 5,000 years. My doctor died within a year. Look, I'm not telling you don't see a doctor. I'm saying with the latest science, they clearly demonstrated that in each and every thought, you have about 1,500 positive or stress chemicals gets released into your body. You are your own pharmacy. There's no getting around this. The next time you're flaming someone, think of the consequences. Like the Buddha said, you're drinking your own poison. Modern day science has proven this. I can now take the teachings of Christian science and science of mind and have a much clearer understanding of the mind-body connection. Science for me has been a bridge to bring a more and complete understanding of the mind-body connection. As you can hopefully see, in each and every day, I'm learning more on this journey in life. I like that. How to use the quantum field. Let's look at this common scenario. It's Monday morning. Your alarm clock didn't go off. You're late for work. You stumble out of bed and take a quick shower. You don't have time to go to Starbucks for your morning coffee. You're totally stressed out. You're in a huge traffic jam. You missed a very important meeting. Once again, you get totally stressed out. Things don't go quite as planned. Without your morning coffee, you are on edge. You don't think properly. And you're in a funky mood. Imagine how many Americans this happens to every Monday morning. Did you know that the majority of heart attacks occur on Monday morning? Did you know that the majority of Americans hate their jobs? Let's take a look at the biological aspects of what's occurring. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, You are running the same tapes over and over again. Did you know that your subconscious is running the show? Scientists say that 95% of our actions are driven by our subconscious. Only 5% is conscious. Imagine your body and mind is fused together. Scientists say they are almost one and the same. You can't separate the one from the other. We are playing old tapes. A day like today is not uncommon for most Americans. When you wake up and realize you're late for work, your mind-body connection is totally stressed. You think, oh my God, I'm late for work. My boss is going to get pissed off. Just the mere thought of being late, over 1,500 stress chemicals are being released into your body. This is how you set your day. Automatically, you can't think properly, and you're in a negative emotional state. This state carries you throughout the day. You come back from work, and your lovely wife says something to you. You snap back automatically, and a huge argument occurs. Mind you, it doesn't have anything to do with your wife. You can't control your state of mind and emotions. Multiply this by 300 million Americans, and this is our current state of awareness in our country today. You see, we were never taught about this in school, the mind-body connection. We were never taught that all our thoughts would either make us sick or make us healthy. We have no idea that our way of thinking leads to our diseases today. Did you know that the majority of diseases aren't caused by your genetic makeup? Most people think they are. Yet scientists say only 2% of diseases are caused by your genetics. The rest is caused by your environment. It's caused by stress. It's living day by day in a life of stress. Imagine you may be a super athlete and try to take care of your body. You do everything external to the T. Yet, if you aren't aware of your thoughts and change them, your life is still in constant stress. I wrote an article called Your Body is a Drugstore. Read that to get a better understanding on this. Imagine we have thousands of consultants who will give you advice on how to improve your life, yet how many of them go back to the mind-body connection of how your thoughts trigger powerful chemicals. As I said, these chemicals will ultimately lead to disease. Not only that, but your emotional state is being driven by your thoughts. It's a classic circle of running the same tapes over and over again. The whole world is living in this state. We've been living like this for thousands of years. We are reactive beings. React in every situation, either positive or negative. What is the solution to this? We will discuss this next. How to use the quantum field too. What is the solution? In my last talk, I wrote about our current conditions. For the average person, it might seem normal. What is the solution? This is the current state of affairs. I can't do anything about it. We are saying, yes, you can. What is the future for humanity? Did you know that disease can't live in the quantum field? Did you know that man will evolve into being a creature filled with light and have a physical body? Imagine the universe's vast storehouse of chemicals exists inside. It can't be released until one starts changing their thoughts and actions. Negative emotions are obsolete. They have not served us in any way. We have fought for thousands of years. We still continue to fight. Without genuine kindness for all, the world will continue into this downward spiral. Your mind and body is one. As you know that for every negative thought you have, over 1,500 different chemicals gets released into your bloodstream. Did you know that for every positive thought you have, over 1,500 positive chemicals gets released into your bloodstream? By being aware of the quantum field in your daily life, one begins to transform and change. We are on the cutting edge of transformation. Did you know the human body is wired to live for 900 years? You may scoff at that and say, that's ridiculous. Yet some trees live to be around 3,000 years. The majority of humanity is living in intense stress. The majority die way before they are wired for. I have a friend who said he will die when I'm 88 years old. He will die when he is 88 years old. Imagine, we have no idea of the power of the mind. We think we are helpless and disease just manifests out of the blue. Yet we create our own diseases by our lifestyle, thoughts, and actions. We are oblivious to playing the same tapes over and over. Baby steps are needed. 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. This is how humanity and the universe learns. This is a learning experience. The entire universe takes baby steps. Yes, there are certain events which seem to occur in seconds. Look at a volcano blowing. It seems like it just explodes, but it might have been simmering for hundreds of years. What has this got to do with me? Everything. Imagine you are hardwired for this experience. The car is sitting in your garage gathering dust. It was meant for you to drive down the freeway of life. Yet the majority of people don't even know that the car exists inside. We have been raised to only focus on the external. Society says only the artists, musicians, and mystics dive deep into their hearts. They were born that way. Yet we all have that capability. We are skimming the surface on the ocean of life and think, that is reality. The mystics have said there's an infinite ocean that lies inside of you. They didn't have the name quantum field during their days, yet it's all one and the same. Can you imagine a world where mankind is truly kind to each other? We could easily solve the world's problems. How would you like a world where negative thoughts and emotions don't exist? Yes, you may laugh. Imagine there are civilizations that went through the same path of going from darkness to light. No civilizations get a free ride, yet they truly transform. They went from war to a state of living in the quantum field. This is our destination. Look, it's not going to happen overnight. Many people say it takes over 1 million years. Fortunately, millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Our life is about to change in ways that we can't even conceive. Many incredible scientific discoveries will come along the way. The more the world embraces the quantum world, there are an infinite amount of discoveries to come. You see, humanity is like a tuning fork. It vibrates at the frequency of human consciousness. We have been in a state of darkness and chaos for thousands of years. This is about to change. Personal empowerment is gaining momentum. When people understand the principles that they can change and then science helps humanity to take practical steps to change. For example, I truly didn't understand that thoughts produce chemicals directly into the bloodstream. Just this one discovery alone changed my life. Mind you, I've been meditating for many moons. I really didn't pay attention to my thoughts, yet now I try to monitor my thoughts, which leads to monitor my emotions, which leads to monitor my actions. This is quite different from people who tweet which comes to their mind. Here are some simple steps which have helped me. Try to meditate every day. Even if it's 5 minutes, just follow your breath. I know it sounds too simple. Focus on your breath during your daily activities. Why? Just do it for a year, and then you tell me. Monitor your words that you speak. If it is not kind, don't say it. Pay attention towards your heart. Have gratitude that you are alive. The heart contains the incredible emotions of love, kindness, mercy, and compassion. This is your true state. I could go on for a long time about the heart. Look at the various research on heart coherence. Just this alone blows my mind. Learn how to be aware of the negative emotions that are stored into your body. There are many different techniques out there. Find out which matches your needs. You can learn how to reprogram your old tapes. Read the latest fusion between science and mystics, who will bring you to the understanding this is a practical path. Learn to be in harmony with nature. Look at the 4 seasons for an example. Nature can truly teach us if we ask. Your ancestors are always there. They have never left you. As I read about a week ago, they just moved into the next room, into the mansion of life. As we get older, you might understand how this would help us grieve in a healthy way. We might even learn how to knock on their door. You see, the quantum field contains all. Get enough sleep. Your body truly needs sleep to repair itself. Scientists have found that athletes who get extra sleep recover much quicker and are less prone to injuries. The less sleep you get, the more prone to injuries. This even goes with us everyday folks. Your body and mind is your friend. Treat it that way. Many of the world's diseases could have been prevented. Mankind lives mostly from old tapes. Learn to reprogram yourself. I've been a software engineer for over 35 years. I've learned to reprogram myself for many years. Health is your greatest wealth. If you are a billionaire and you are sick, you can't quite enjoy it. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mind, body, and soul. Remember, God is your co-pilot. He will not drive your car for you. It's only by your will, yet God is there to help you on this journey in life. Only you can open the inner car door. Be kind to yourself. Laugh at life. We all make daily mistakes. Learn from them. Some mistakes may take thousands of tries. Just laugh if you fall to the ground. Dust yourself off and stand up and continue along on your journey. Life will always throw us curveballs. Someday we will be able to hit the ball out of the park. We will then proceed to the next video game level. You see, we are always in a state of evolving. Be kind to the world around you. Smile and be considerate of others. Listen from your heart for those who are in pain. I mean, truly listen. Don't think, what am I going to say next? When you pray to God, does He think, what am I going to say? Or does He truly listen? Learn how to cultivate to become the mind of God. Mind you, in this present moment, that might seem outlandish, yet try to think like God. Monitor your thoughts to be in alignment with God. God truly thinks outside of the box. Learn how to cultivate to become the heart of God. Same thing. This sounds outlandish. Even if you gathered one drop from the heart of God, your life will totally transform. Remember, what you pay attention to, what becomes. This is a practical path. You don't have to renounce anything. Well, maybe. You just let go of the garbage that's weighing you down. So take these ideas. Some may work for you, while others won't. The goal is for you to take practical steps on this journey of life. Be aware of the actions you take. The world around you will enjoy being around you. It's been there all the time. What are you talking about? What's been there all the time? You are the universe. You just don't know it. There are about 7 octillion atoms in your body. All our atoms are billions of years old. At the deepest level, you are the universe in human form. Wow, isn't that incredible? On top of that, you are hardwired to discover your true nature. The signpost of God all around you and inside of you. Yet, we are talking on our phone while driving down the freeway of life. The greatest miracle of life is keeping you alive. You are magnificent. Every single cell of your body is custom designed by God. You are infinite. Your body will someday die, yet your true essence will go on forever. You have the opportunity to discover your true nature. Behind your breath lies the answer. What is keeping you alive? All the great masters have said to be aware of the essence of your breath. Behind your breath lies your true nature. Infinite kindness, love, and compassion. This is the water that will put out the bonfires of anger and hatred upon this land. The sun is appearing on the horizon. Mankind is waking up from its slumber. We are going from darkness to light. Darkness has nowhere to hide. Discover your true nature. It's been there all the time. Ponder this over. It's been there all the time. The greatest game is being played right between your eyes.
Play with your chemistry kit. We are all playing with our own chemistry kits.
Unfortunately, we aren't aware of it. Many people blow themselves up without realizing it. In each and every moment, thousands of chemicals are being released throughout your human body. Mankind is spinning out of control. We are drinking our own poison. We get angry at someone or a political point of view. In the meantime, we drink our angry poison. We then wonder why illness arrives on our doorsteps. The wise man understands the repercussions of negative thoughts and emotions. Moment by moment, one plays this video game of life with awareness. One taps into the infinite ocean of love and compassion. This is our true home. My advice is learn how to change your own chemistry. Remember, you are the master chemist. Only you are playing with your chemistry kit. Ponder this over. This could make your life so much easier. Your body is your drugstore. The art of Taoism has been around for thousands of years. I find it quite fascinating that they talk about the elixir of life. This elixir is not an herb or any external substance. This elixir exists inside of us. In India, they talk about the nectar from God that flows within. Yet here we are taking drugs for our ailments. Each drug has a huge side effect. Now, I'm not saying don't take drugs. I'm saying maybe there is a better way. For example, in China, you pay your doctor when you are healthy. You don't pay when you are sick. Mind you, in modern China, this isn't always the case. But the point is that you focus on balance and harmony. In our culture, everything is fragmented. We don't focus on the harmony of the mind, body, and soul connection. When I was young, I heard about the concept of being in harmony with the universe. To be quite frank, I had no idea what they were talking about. Here's an example of being out of balance. In my junior year, my parents took our family to Yosemite. It's probably one of the most incredible places on the planet. Yet, I couldn't see the forest from the trees. I was miserable. Why? Because I missed the ocean. Now, that's being out of balance. Before we can begin to be in harmony with the universe, let's try to be in harmony with the planet Earth. Currently, man has divorced himself from our precious Earth. We pride ourselves with the technology that we have, yet we are totally emotionally immature with the Earth. Where am I going with this? Imagine if man was in absolute harmony with the Earth. Can you imagine the wisdom that it has? It might tell you that your body is your drugstore. Every thought, whether positive or negative, secretes over 1,500 positive or negative chemicals. Currently, most of America is totally out of balance. Look at the problems today. I used to work for the USDA. I saw my friends taking up vaping. I couldn't believe how much smoke came out when they exhaled. It was at least 5 times the smoke from regular smoking. No wonder there is such an epidemic. Imagine there are drugs existing inside of you that are dormant. In order to receive them, you must be in balance and harmony. In each and every moment, we have the opportunity to be conscious and aware. Currently, we are playing the same tapes over and over again. I can guarantee you that these elixirs of life work better than any physical drugs. Your body has the intelligence to produce these for you. How many people listen to their bodies? How many people monitor their thoughts? How many people dive into silence? How many people monitor their actions? You see, there is a moment-by-moment conscious event. When we are unconscious, chaos exists. Look at the world around you. Does it seem to be in balance and harmony? The question is, do you want to change? Are you content with the current conditions? This isn't just Richard on a soapbox. I'm asking real questions. What do you think? You are your savior. Nobody's going to save you except yourself. All the scriptures point the way, but we must walk on this path. This human body is hardwired to find God within. We are on this incredible journey to discover our true nature. We are out of balance, and yet we can learn how to be in balance. These are exciting times. Millions of people are waking up.